let's get active. If I hop up in the whip, I'm ready for some action. If I'm back on road, it gotta be bigger than the last one. Type of money I'm getting, I'm the one taxing. Got my brothers by my side, that's a ride or die. Had to face off with the Reaper way too many times. Looked him in the eye, told him pick another time.
Welcome back to LMDiesel, and I am so excited because today is the day that we are installing the FLUX 30% overs in the dually. Hopefully today it will be running. Some of y'all in the comments were saying, hey, I don't think it's the injectors. You need a motor, buddy. Well, we're about to find out whether you were right or wrong. So let me show you the injectors. Okay, so first off, big thanks to FLUX for sending these out. If y'all need injectors, you already know that these are the best in the game. Literally had to wait almost 2 months for these because they're so backed up on orders just because they're so popular. As well as the injectors that are in the highest horsepower truck right now or Cummins diesel anyway, are a set of FLUXes that Chris has. So let's get these opened up. So here's the injector in all of its glory. Good old Bosch reman from FLUX. We have a new feed tube. You always need to put new feed tubes in whenever you get new injectors. So yeah, this is an 0304 style injector, but with a 6.7 spray pattern. So very excited to get these in and see how it runs. All right, so to start, what we're gonna do is we're going to take the wiring harness off for the injectors. We're gonna take the rocker box off. We're gonna take the rockers out, and then we're gonna take the fuel rail off and all of its parts. Once we do that, then we're gonna pull the feed tubes out, and then we're gonna pull the injectors out. And I will check back with y'all then. This is a pretty straightforward process. I've done this before on the channel if you want a little bit more of an in-depth video. But for now, we're just gonna get cooking and get this thing taken apart.
Yeah. Hey, look, pressure on my shoulders, still I live. I've been sending prayers since my cousin worked the shift. Moving with the brightest, know the touch probably the Midas. If I exit, I'm excited, cause my father up in here. Yeah. I've been fighting battles on my lonely. I struggle to be still and know that he God, it's his will. Even when I sleep, the angel army.
All right, guys, we need to talk. 91% of y'all are not subscribed. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let's get back to the video. All right, so we got it all taken apart here. Got the injectors out, fuel rails out, all that stuff. It all went pretty smooth. Some of the bolts back there are kind of hard to get to, but they're not too bad. But anyway, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna use my little cylinder probe, and I'm just gonna stick it down the holes in the injector, just down there. And I'm just gonna kinda inspect all the cylinders and kinda get an idea of what we're working with. So over here we have all of our parts, so rockers, old injectors, all that stuff. So I'm excited, man. You know, a lot of these tips of these injectors are pretty dirty. That one was clean, but a lot of them on there are pretty dirty. So I'm curious to see what's going on. I think it's likely that maybe this thing had the wrong injectors in it or something, but all right, let's probe these cylinders and make sure that this thing is good before the new injectors go in.
Get loose with it, gon' get loose. 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 Okay, first off, let's get this thing started.
All right, so check the cylinders. They looked pretty good to me. I don't have a trained eye, of course, but I didn't notice any like crazy scarring or like cracks or anything like that. So I think we're good in that department. I used the air compressor and just kind of blew out each cylinder, you know, just trying to get some of the junk out of it, and just did a little bit of cleaning as well. So now I'm going to unpack these FLUXes and then stick them in the truck. All right, so we got it basically together. Stuff hasn't been torqued yet, but everything's installed, and we're just gonna give this thing a first fire just to make sure that the injectors fix the issue. And then once we know that the issue is fixed, then I'm gonna go back, torque everything, do valve lash, all that. Also gonna do an oil change. But for now, let's see if this thing will start, and fingers crossed that it fixes it.
Oh boy. Maybe if you let the back one stay on for a minute, it'll bring some fuel up.
Fill up. That sounds good.
Sounds right now.
Man, it sounds really good.
Oh yeah, baby.
She's healthy. She's happy.
The injectors did the trick.
All right, so to all the guys that said, your motor's locked up, clearly you dropped a valve seat or something's wrong with your motor. Nah, we fixed it. It was the injectors, like I said before. So now I just need to put the rest of the stuff back together. We're gonna do an oil change, and then hopefully we're gonna get this thing on the road.
Okay, here we go. Walk imperial, talk imperial, block the serial, stop the burial. Walk imperial, talk imperial, block the serial, stop the burial. Walk imperial, talk imperial, block the serial, stop the burial. Walk imperial, talk imperial, block the serial.
All right, it's time to fire this thing up and just make sure oil and everything's topped off, and also top off the coolant as well, and let this thing warm up. Alright, so we got the injectors in. We're about to do our maiden drive here. So Dad's driving. Let's see how this thing runs. Remember, watch your mirrors. You got a wider load than usual. Pretty clean.
Yeah,
I told you those fluxes, man.
It's not smoking at all, is it?
Only if you like really stab the throttle.
Of course, that's when you want to roll a little cold.
Yeah.
When you're getting on it.
Man, you're right. We are rolling in the dually. You're gonna have to adjust. Oh, you lean back now. Oh man, you're all lean back in this thing. You're getting uppity now, rolling around the neighborhood.
Okay, that's cool.
Now roll into a little more. goodness. Yeah, make sure your brakes are good. I don't even think we were going that fast, but it sure felt like we were going fast. We are in the dually, and this is my first time driving it. And we're about to see how it does and whether there's anything we need to change. All right, here we go. Curious to see what'll happen if I turn up the power.
It's too much truck, right? Too much truck. It's too much.